Okay, hi. Yeah, the Holy Dalai Lama. Yeah, my question. I have two questions. One question is that the Chinese government has signed like the UN document on the economic, culture, and social rights, and also for the women's rights, for the rights of children and also disabled people. So, and in China, Chinese government also, developed, a human rights action plan, also national guidelines for the protection of women's rights and child rights, and also some, some regulations. So, and also some other issues are also, is global concerns like environmental protection and AIDS, epidemic, and some other issues. I want to know whether, the Tibetan exile government, in Indian, maybe my language is not not accurate. So yeah, whether Tibetan government
you can speak Hanhua.
Okay. Has any plans to monitor, to monitor, how those commitment or action plans or regulations in China were implemented in China, also to protect Tibetan people. Okay. So that is my first question, whether how those UN document or Chinese law and guidelines were implemented and to protect the Tibetan people. So whether Tibetan exile government have any plans to monitor Chinese government. This is my first question. My second question is that in China a lot of social organizations were created for the human rights protection, for social service, and for for social democracy issues. So I want to know. I think it's really it will be very important for the Tibetan people, especially Tibetan young people in China, to participate this civil rights movement and social democracy movement. So I want to know whether Dalai Lama or Tibetan exile government in India have any social service and social civil rights issues. Okay.
당구티. 그래. 닝부 팅다. I think first part, of course, the whole world and also many governments is watching. You see, these certain basic right for entire human being, whether these things is implementing or not. You see, like United States government, you see, annually you see making some report, not like that. So we in exile, you see, if we involve something, then immediately you see they facing difficulties. So, for example, we always urging our friends outside world, any help inside Tibet, mainly in the education field and health, we always welcome. We always urging them. But meantime, you see, I mentioned to them, please don't put my name. As soon as my name, they are rejected from the Chinese government. Like 2008 earthquake in Sichuan. I sent some money to Chinese embassy in New Delhi, refused to take. So this time in Tibetan area, also you see, finally at that time, I sent the money to Red Cross in Switzerland. Otherwise, there's no way. The Chinese government deliberately stopping. So we cannot carry any sort of activities with our name through different sort of individuals or different NGOs like that. I think this time also is we heard clear instruction to those Chinese missions in Delhi or some other countries. Any sort of donation with the name of Tibetan organization or Dalai Lama should not accept like that. So not easy. This was but within Tibetan community outside, firstly, right from the beginning, our first priority is education, modern education, and also the traditional Tibetan Buddhist study. Now last, I think last 50 years, we quite successfully, I think entire younger generation in outside Tibet, in free country, all have basic education. Then also the Buddhist study is concerned. Now facility for Buddhist study better in India than in Tibet. That's sort of also the reality. Then also these basic rights, women's rights, children's rights. These also in free country, we always is addressing these things. So in China, and in India, also to some extent, you see the girl, daughter, usually you see look a little bit negative. In China, about a few months ago, you see, I heard one sort of as a program from BBC. I heard, you see, in China, some village, there's one Chinese who resided in London. She visited and carried some research work, and she had interview with BBC program and mentioned when she visited one family, she just wait in their kitchen. Then they see some crying. Then she noticed one new baby born. Then father expressed, girl, useless. Expressed that way. Then eventually, according to that information, eventually that daughter killed. Like that. So just abandoned. These things, I think, very, very, backward sort of thinking. Of course, the farmers, their sort of main sort of concern is the manual sort of hard work for cultivation. So they prefer boy, not girl. So that way of thinking, now we have to, through education, we have to change. I think the Tibetan community, basically Buddhist. So we respect all form of life. So parent may feel, now, oh bad, one girl. But take care, because it's more compassionate to society, like that. The second part, Kasa. I met, from time to time, some small NGO from mainland China, like environment and human rights also. Of course, if they grow more significant, then government suppress. But you see, the small level, you see, they already, so some of them, you see, came to see me in Dharamsala, and environment, some small NGO about environment, you see, some Tibetan also involved. So these are healthy signs, very healthy signs. And then AIDS, sort of the problem of AIDS. Actually, my friend, one French sort of lady, who once visited Lhasa, and specifically for research about the AIDS problem. And after she returned,